with the date at the Wales Millennium Centre, this is going to be the songbook show. So this is Billy Joel's hits, isn't it? Yes.
The greatest hits.
Yeah.
Yes. It's,
Yeah.
as you know, for the last 5 years, interrupted by the pandemic, otherwise it wouldn't have taken 5 years. But for the last 5 years, and we've this year fulfilled the Billy Joel album show series. The songbook became so successful in 2018. When I say successful, to a certain level, with me producing, with my money fronting it, my venture, my business, and I did as much as I possibly could to get it to a certain level. Of course, now that we have the brilliant Phil McIntyre team helping us, we're playing, the Wales Millennium Centre, as well as Liverpool Philharmonic and the Mayflower in Southampton, beyond my wildest dreams. But the show got so successful to a point that I realized that I had to fulfill the need by so many people that were returning to come and see our show to do more than just the hits and to hit some of these album tracks. So for the last 5 years, we started doing the Billy Joel album show. And this year we fulfilled the whole set. We've done all 12 of Billy Joel's albums live on stage. And we finished this year in October with the last 2 of the 12. We did Cold Spring Harbor and River of Dreams. And in Cold Spring Harbor being Billy's first album from 1971, we actually performed that with 2 members of Billy's original band from that album.
Wow.
Brilliant musicians in their late 70s who came over from America to play on an album they played in 1971. It was fantastic. It's been a thrill. I never envisaged this as a kid. I didn't imagine that this would happen. When I fell in love with Billy Joel's music, I always imagined that one day I would do a night of singing Billy Joel songs. I didn't know whether that would be invited friends or, at a party or at a wedding or something. I always wanted it to, but I never took it for granted that this would be happening. To have those guys on stage with me, David Brown, who was Billy's guitar player all through the golden years of Billy's career, 1978 till 1991, David Brown played on everything from My Life to We Didn't Start the Fire and everything in between, Uptown Girl, Still Rock and Roll to Me, Tell Her About It, all of that stuff. Whereas Reese Clark and Don Evans played on the 1971 album. In fact, Reese also played Captain Jack on Piano Man, and Don Evans played on Street Life Serenade. He's the acoustic guitar player on The Entertainer. They were there before Billy Joel became something. It's such an honor. It literally blows my mind. I really, I'm a fanboy. That's who I am.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of the music, of them, to have created a situation where I could say, please welcome to the stage on the drums and on guitar, Mr. Reese Clark and Don Evans. Wow. Yeah. And then during the show, I would interview them like you're doing me. I would, in between the songs, I'd say, come on, Reese, so what was it like? What was it like when you got the call to go on that Thursday morning at 12 o'clock to the studio for a new kid called Billy Joel, that no one's ever heard of, a 22-year-old from Long Island? Do you remember the first day when he played you She's Got Away, when he played you Everybody Loves You Now? And Don would tell his amazing stories of how he turned Billy Joel's tour down, that first tour, because he thought he was going to be a rock star. And then a year later, he's there. It went, as he put it on stage, it went so well. A year later, I'm fixing keyboards in a shop in Los Angeles, right? And Billy Joel walks in with a Wurlitzer under his arm, and he recognizes you, Don, Billy. He said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, didn't work out as the rock star." He said, "Do you want to come and join the band?" And he did. And I stayed with Billy until 1975. We talked all about that on stage. The audience. I was loving it. I'm sure they loved it too.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it just takes you into the anecdote, takes you into the history, and it's moments like that you can't sort of find in books. It's genuine and it's heartfelt and it's wonderful to hear.
And it's live. It's real.
Yeah,
we're lucky enough to still be all together on this earth, and these people played a crucial role in the history of rock and roll, right? Because had Billy Joel not made it, there would have been no Billy Joel. Can you imagine?
No, yeah. Well,
And that this guy, Billy Joel, is a legend. Is in my opinion, as you know, I've said it 100 times, and I will keep saying it. He is, for me, the greatest singer-songwriter there has ever been in the history of rock and roll. To me, Billy Joel is the greatest. And I explain in my Billy Joel Songbook show why. And in the Songbook show, I do a little bit of that, telling the people the audience some stories and what underpins some of the genius and how this song got him discovered, how this song made him famous, and my relationship to all of that. So it's not just I love the word tribute, but I hate what tribute has come to mean, because it's easy just to go tribute show.
Yeah.
It's not. It is if you want to claim back what the word tribute actually means.
Yeah.
But you say tribute, you instantly think somebody with, if you're doing Freddie Mercury, he's going to have a little beard. If you're doing, they're going to have the hair. It's ABBA. They're going, a tribute band, a tribute. We are paying tribute. We are paying homage to Billy Joel, but I want to keep the music as pure and as honest as possible, but not forgetting that I am, in my own right, a creative artist, like all the other members of my band are creative artists, amazing musicians. There's no way I'm going to stop David Brown or Don or Reese or any of my musicians from inputting their own thing. Or, well, actually, I quite like what you did there. Why don't we? No, let's go around again, or let's stop there.
Yeah.
Or, so I don't go out trying to be Billy Joel. I don't grow a goatee beard for the gig. No. I don't, talk in a New York accent, that was terrible. But, and that's why.
It's just as well you don't.
Just as well, exactly. Stick to what you're good at, mate.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very proud of that lovely sort of how we've straddled this, Yes, the music is authentic. Yes, I have no hair. Billy Joel has no hair. Yes, we have that same sort of look because we're the same sort of height. I can't help that. But I do it as Elio Pace. We have fun on stage with the band. We take it very seriously, but also we don't take ourselves too seriously,
No.
And I never, ever, ever stop ever realizing that this is not my music we're playing. This is the genius of Billy Joel. And the reason we are all here tonight is because that guy is a genius, and he wrote every bar and every lyric of what we are hearing tonight. And I take the applause. I thank the audience. We all do. We say goodnight. See you next time. And they all stand up and cheer. And I'm extremely proud of the relationship that we've built over 10 years. But I never, ever, ever forget that the reason that this is all happening is because of him.